Hi, this is Vicky King. Thanks for joining me for another episode of the Carnivore Diaries. If this is your first time here on my channel, thank you so much for visiting. I started Carnivore in hopes of getting off my blood pressure medications too, and um, thyroid medication for Hashimoto thyroid issues. Um, so it's been since January 9th that I've been on Carnivore, and all is going well. We have been traveling for the last 3 weeks, and I can say that getting together with friends and family on the road has not been the best for carnivore. I have had homemade pizza. I have had a Reuben sandwich. I have had probably one cheeseburger, and I don't feel bad about it. Um, and I'll tell you what, actually, let me get there and I'll tell you a little more about one of the videos I watched today. One of the things that I wanted to do was keep you updated on my blood pressure and how I'm feeling and my medication. So I'm currently taking 1.5 pills for blood pressure. And so since I started, I've lessened by a half a pill and I'm still taking my thyroid. Last Monday, I was getting a little lightheaded early in the morning, like after breakfast, and I just thought, this is kind of weird. I did not go get my thyroid checked like I was going to when we were um, traveling in April, but I just thought to myself, if blood pressure medication can lower your blood pressure too much, then maybe so the thyroid can give me like an overactive type feeling. Anyway, so without my doctor's recommendation, because I haven't talked to my doctor, I just decided to cut my 112 thyroid medication in half. So I've been doing that for a week and I feel fabulous. Not any different than before. So I'm going to just roll with that for about a month and see how it goes. So half a thyroid medication and 1.5 blood pressure medications, which I'm super excited about because while I do want to lose some weight, that was not the first priority in the whole carnivore thing. I want to get healthy, and I know that as I get healthier, my weight will decrease, my muscle mass will increase, my fat will decrease, my skin will start to look better, and I am definitely already seeing the skin thing. Um, I don't know that I have less wrinkles per se, but I have a more plump feel to my skin. And so I'm going to be 60 here this week, actually. And I was starting to feel like my skin was getting thinner. And I know that I shouldn't be even thinking that until I'm like 70 or 80. So it was just, it started to concern me. Um, we all know people who are 80, 90 years old and their skin is getting thinner and more transparent. And so I actually feel like there's not a layer of fat under my skin, but it's just thicker, more plump, and it just feels and looks healthier, I think. So that's great. That is an update on my medication, how I feel. Um, I will tell you that the days that I did not eat 100% carnivore, I had an achy back the next morning and my fingers felt kind of swollen. So since January, since I started carnivore, I have not had any of that. Like the inflammation is gone, all my aches and pains were pretty much gone. My fingers never felt swollen or water retention or anything like that in the morning, which I was super happy about. Um, so I definitely realize that when I eat things that are junk food, carbs, high in sugar, whatever it is, I definitely feel the results of that the next morning. So I'm not going to be doing that, but I'm also not like psycho restricting what I eat. I'm not going to feel bad if I have something once. And so this is kind of a play on that. I was listening to a video this morning. Totally can't remember who it was because I had my AirPods in and I was doing a few other things. And they were talking about not so much, this gal does training, not so much getting her clients to buy into carnivore, but actually getting them to buy into protein. So there's a lot of people who have different thoughts on how much protein you should have in a day. In the 6 months that I've been listening to videos on keto and carnivore, I hear everything from 60 grams a day of protein to whatever your total body weight is. So if you weigh 150 pounds, 150 grams of protein. Well, I'm not going to buy into that. I've heard a lot of people say that's too much protein. 60 to 80 grams of protein is probably ideal. And so what I took away from this conversation was, yes, try to get rid of the sugary crap that you eat and try to not eat processed food, but actually eat, like if you're going to have, I don't know, pasta, right? And there's 30 grams of carbohydrates in that pasta. See if you can match it with 30 grams of protein. I don't know. That is a lot of food. So I'm pretty sure I could not do that. But the cool thing is, in this conversation that I was listening to was your body craves protein. Why? Because protein maintains your body. It builds muscle. It helps the fat in the protein, helps lubricate your brain and your muscles and keeps your thermo temperature up so your metabolism stays up, which puts you in that fat burning stage. If you don't have any fat to burn, then you should definitely be eating some fat because that's how your body gets energy. We've all maybe have been brainwashed. Does your body use muscle for energy? Well, if it doesn't have any fat and you're not feeding it any fat, I guess it's got to get it from somewhere. So that's probably not real healthy. Anyway, um, I just thought that was super interesting that um, the whole protein thing is probably more important than doing crazy things like keto and carnivore. Low fat, great idea. Or not low fat. Oh my God. This is how we've been brainwashed. Low fat, low fat, low fat. Low carb, high fat. And so that's what kind of gives me the grace to when I decide to have half a Reuben, um, just chart it. I use MyFitnessPal, and usually when I go on MyFitnessPal, it'll show me the nutrient. I'm actually going to pull it up here. I just want to see what it says so I can show you. And I'm not editing any of these videos, so I can't really like flash it onto the screen because I am not that tech savvy yet to be editing things and including screenshots. But let me just go to today. Um, Actually, I have to go to yesterday because I haven't even logged anything today. So when you go to the diary from yesterday and here, so this is what it's showing me from my macros yesterday. 34% protein and 66% fat and zero carbs. So that was a win day. Let me tell you what I ate. Let me back up here. Okay, so yesterday I had 2 eggs and ham for breakfast. For lunch, I had two chicken legs with the skin on in the air fryer. It was so good. For dinner, I had an Angus burger and which I think they were third pound burgers and two thick pieces of bacon. And I probably also had a cocktail. Anyway, so that was 1,500 calories. And right now I'm in a deficit. To be maintaining at my weight, I should be eating about 17 to 1,800 calories a day. But just in the last couple weeks, I've been in a deficit trying to now take off some pounds now that my body has decided I'm not going to starve it. So right now I'm trying to stick around 1,500 calories, and yesterday it was 1,561. So again, high fat, high protein, or just that's all that's in the circle. When I see the little pie chart there that shows me I had like 2% of my daily whatever was carbohydrates, I go, what was? What had the carbohydrates in it? Oh, maybe some summer sausage, or let me go back a couple days and I'll tell you because I did have a few that were had some carbs in it. No, no, it's not going to show it to me because I'm making a video. Anyway, Um, ground pork sausage doesn't have any. Yep, it's summer sausage. So when I click on summer sausage, because I do that for a snack sometime, I'll do like some kind of hard cheese and then summer sausage. And summer sausage has 1 gram of carbohydrates, but the cool thing is it has 32 grams of fat and 22 grams of protein. So even if you get some carbs that sneak in there at some point, you're still going to have really good quality protein and fats. And when I say quality, I just mean content wise. Um, Hot dogs aren't the best quality of protein and fat, but if it's all you can afford, then go for it. If you ate 6 hot dogs in a day, it would be better than 4 donuts and a Big Mac. Um, Probably less calories. You could probably eat 10 hot dogs. Anyway, so I guess that's my takeaway from today and the video that I watched is don't worry so much about going carnivore and having more protein. Just worry about bringing your protein level up. Your body cannot survive on sugar and carbs alone and a tiny little bit of protein. So many studies are ongoing right now. Alzheimer's, dementia, diabetes, MS, um, colitis, so many intestinal issues, bowel issues, 100% related to the food we eat. So if you have any of these issues, don't feel like you need to jump on the wagon with me and go carnivore. Just know that once you make a commitment to start eating less garbage and more protein, you're going to feel so much better. Your body is going to be happy. And when you feed your body protein, let's say this. So, um, you have a 1 gallon jug, right? And if you have a quarter cup of sugar, say you have a donut, your body says, where's the protein? Give me more. And so then you're hungry and you have a Big Mac and fries and a Coke for lunch. And it's like, hey, thanks for feeding me. Where's the protein? Give me more. It can't say to you, thanks for filling me up. I'm full now. It's looking for the protein. That's all your body's looking for is the protein. If you feed your body only protein, it'll be full, satiated, and it's not going to ask you for more. It's only going to ask you for more when you don't give it enough protein in one sitting. So, if you have a 6 ounce steak and you have a half a baked potato, your body's going to go, hey, thanks for the protein. That was enough for this sitting. And in an hour or 2 hours, you're not going to be wanting to snack again. The next time you feed it, you have a can of tuna fish and 2 crackers. just as an example. That's a lot of protein. That's good protein and fat. And it's going to say, hey, thanks for giving me the protein. And then you're satiated. And then you're not looking to snack again in an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours. Your body just kind of shuts off the, hey, keep feeding me. But if you only feed your body carbs and sugars and a tiny, tiny bit of protein or no protein, it's going to keep asking you every 30 minutes, hey, where's the protein? Hey, where's the protein? Feed me, feed me, feed me. Because it doesn't realize what you just put in it is not protein. But when you hit the high level of protein, it shuts off the asking. So, anyway, that might have been a little long-winded. um, that is about all I have for today. I'm kind of on this roll of now talking about getting enough protein per sitting. If you can get more protein than any other fat or carb, well, maybe not fat, but definitely carbs and sugar, your body is going to stop wanting to snack. Um, so, have a great day. I'll catch up again with you soon. Oh, I think I forgot to mention my blood pressure's been about 120 over 76 this week. Recovering from a lot of carbs and alcohol that I've drank while we've been out traveling, and definitely aware that that's why my blood pressure has been up. Anyway, um, like, subscribe, whatever platform you're on. I really appreciate you watching, and I look forward to hearing some of the feedback from how you're changing your eating habit. And let me know if your protein satiates you or if it's asking for dessert. Have a good day. Thanks.